Hi, everybody. Welcome to Strength Through Movement podcast. We got Julie Doty on here. If you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself and what you do.
I'm Julie Doty. I am one of Chris's victims in class for
A
for
long
workout
time.
for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
So I met Julie back in what, 2016? 20, no, it was like 2017.
I think it was 2017, if
Yeah.
my math is not too far off. It's been
Yeah.
a long time. It's been a
Yeah.
long time.
It's crazy.
Um, do workout classes with Chris. Love them. That's why I have my sanity. I'm pretty convinced of that.
Yeah, exactly. Let's dive into that. So how important do you think working out with for women? Let's talk in a women's sense because obviously like these days a big thing today right now is like hormones and working out and how we've gone so far away from working out and good diet that it's messing with women's hormones in the sense of like stress levels and like emotions and such like that. How important do you think working out is for you?
For me, I think it's super important. I my mental focus and my clarity, if I'm not consistent on my workouts, well, one, I feel depressed if I'm not there. I feel guilty all day and feel
Yeah.
like I have to try to squeeze a workout in for sometime during the rest of the day. But getting up and getting it done, getting the workout done, I feel like it gives me better focus and mental clarity throughout the day. If I'm missing a workout, I feel a lot more tired.
Mhm.
So it kind of just starts my day. I like to do them in the morning. Some people don't. I like to get it done. And I think it has a big impact throughout the day for me. I think it helps my stress level quite a bit. Um, I notice if I'm not working out, I'm a little more agitated and irritable, and I notice my husband's trying to push me that direction to go get a workout in if
Yeah.
I've not.
Like, "Hey, sweetie,
Yeah.
did you work?" You didn't work out today, did you?
Or
Yeah.
he'll volunteer to go to the gym with me, and that tells me that
You're
he's
like,
okay.
Yeah,
I did miss this morning, and we need to get one in, so it
gotta get on
helps.
that
It
level.
helps a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and just in the fact of, like, atomic habits, right? Like, you get into a circadian rhythm or a flow, and it throws you off completely. It could affect your day, it could affect your relationship, it could affect pretty much every interaction that you have, plus, you just don't feel good, right?
Yeah. Well, and if I don't get my workout in the day, it's on my mind the whole day. I've got to
Mhm.
try to get that in. According to my husband, I'm more irritable if I'm not consistently working out. If you miss, 3 4 day stretch and you haven't had a workout in, for me, it's really hard that first one back after missing a couple of days in a row. It's really really hard to get back in on that first
Mhm.
workout back to get back into that consistency.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed a lot, even just in our groups, not even just with like one-on-ones or individuals that are working out by themselves. They when they miss, it becomes like a lazy thing. Like you are what you eat type of deal. Like if you're not working out, you'll become lazy. If you're not working hard at work, you will become lazy. Like it's not just a single type of person that is strives to be the best or is lazy. It's habits. Like
Yeah.
that daily constant flow. Like anybody could be lazy or anybody could be hardworking. It's just a matter of actually pushing yourself to do it, right?
Yeah, the consistency of doing it, you I think there's a noticeable difference between the people that consistently work out, that consistently show up, and the ones that kinda just drop in, or the
Mhm.
ones that are consistent and then inconsistent, consistent for a time, inconsistent for a time. I think it's really, really hard on them. You almost feel bad, like, "Hey, you gotta get back in the gym, you've been missing the last month. What are
Yeah.
you doing?" "I'm tired, I'm busy, I haven't been sleeping well." That's exactly why you need to be getting in the gym,
Yep.
be consistent with your workouts, and you won't be feeling that.
Exactly, and that's what I really love about our community. We have people like you or Rob or whoever that notice those things and actually care about other people in our group and our community where you're like, "Hey, where the heck have you been? It's been like a week.
Yeah.
Like you look like crap."
Yeah.
Just call them
You do.
out like straight up, right? And that community aspect and accountability is one thing I feel like I personally, because I used to work out by myself, like I would hold myself accountable because I was just good at it. And I never worked with groups until you guys, like to be completely honest. Yeah. Until you guys. And I never really saw the outside of like team sports, I never really saw the fitness aspect of it in a gym because I'd always push away from people. But after seeing you guys come together and work out together and hold each other accountable and have that team aspect, it kind of like just put me in the same situation of going back to college football where I had my teammates there like,
Yeah.
dude, you missed a workout, you're screwed. Like, you probably lost your spot. Like, it was that serious in college football, and I seen that kinda emulation with your guys' group, like, where you been?
Yeah, that's true. The group aspect of it, I think, is a game changer. For me, it was. I think most people, if they're going to go to the gym and do a workout on their own, if they're going to claim that that was as hard of a workout as one of the group workouts that we do, I think they're lying to themselves.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It might be just, hey, I want to get in there and now you want to get a quick sweat and
Mhm.
get my heart rate up a little bit and take a shower and go home. There's no way it's as hard as doing a group workout.
Right.
The group workouts, I think everybody pushes themselves more than they're going to do when they're on their own. At least I do, and I think almost everybody in our class does. With the exception if somebody has a back that's bothering them, an elbow that's bothering them, obviously they're
Mhm.
modifying to work through their issue, but for the most part I think everybody pushes
Yeah,
themselves
and we
even
find a way
more.
to help those people and get them back on track. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, and that's a huge reason behind strength through movement is that higher level too. So you get people coming in that are on a lower level that are a little bit scared to get into the group. They're a little bit they're nervous. Like I don't know if I'm going to be able to
Mhm.
handle this. We kind of build them up, and you become a product of your surroundings, right? You become a product of who you are working out with
Yeah.
and spending your time with. And that's, I think, a huge component to all of this is building others up in here and watching them go out to their job and build others up. And ultimately, that's
Yeah.
you're making
It
a better
it
community.
it's interesting because the group workout aspect of it, you learn so much in that setting. I mean, you're moving around making sure that we're doing stuff right, we're not cheating on something, we've got our movements correct,
Mhm.
all the body mechanics, but even watching other people, I might be looking across at watching somebody else do something and I'm thinking, "Oh, damn, their form is better than mine," or I could really correct this a little bit better and do it their way.
Right.
Not everybody does a burpee the same way. You're looking around watching other people do burpees, you can learn, wow, there's a more efficient way to do that. Or
Right.
I think that looks better the way they're doing that. Let me try that. So it
Mhm.
gives you that extra piece where you can see who might be excelling better than you, and you might try to match that, meet that, or utilize their form or their technique. So you're getting a huge benefit from the rest of the group,
Exactly. Versus closing yourself off into a box, putting your headphones in, walking into a gym and putting yourself in the corner.
which we all see people
Yeah.
do.
Oh, all the time. Yeah. Absolutely. I see it
They're in
all the
their own
time.
world.
Yeah, and honestly, like, over time, as people work out, they get a little more out there, and they say they only do it there they're only there for themselves, but it really comes down to connection, like, honestly. So,
Well,
yeah.
and the getting up and getting there.
Yeah.
There's times where I am tired and I don't wanna get up, and I think I'm not gonna be that person that does not show up
Yeah.
and get ripped from the rest of my group. "Where the
Yeah.
hell were you?" Well,
Yeah.
it motivates you to get there and to actually
Exactly.
show up, be present,
Standards.
get it done. We're all in the same boat,
Mhm.
and it does kinda go back to that team aspect. Unless somebody's played competitive sports, I don't think they can understand what it's like to walk off that field for the last time.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I played
Oh,
soccer
man.
all the way up through college, and when you're playing soccer and you're playing at a competitive level, you're right. You don't show up, you're flaking out, you're missing your workouts, you're not starting, you're not playing.
Mhm.
So you're really driven and you're really pushed to doing that. Once you get out of that, it's really hard to try to duplicate that. And there was a time I kind of felt a little depressed about that. Like it's never going to be the same. I'm never going to get to play soccer at that level again. Once I started getting into the group workouts, it really, really motivated me to feel like I was a part of something again.
Right, yeah.
There's people that will always kick my ass in class,
Uh-huh.
and you'll watch them go, and you're thinking, "Damn."
Yeah, alright, I gotta pick it up a
And
little
then
bit.
there's people that are behind me that
Mhm.
that compliment me and say, "Man, I wish I could run that as fast as you could," or "I
Yeah,
wish I could do that." So everybody has a motivation level. The team around you helps you be the best you that you can be. That's my
exactly.
feeling with the group workout
Mhm.
sessions.
Yeah, and I see it all around too with bringing in the multiple personalities. Like, if you look at it in a sports aspect, you look at the soccer field, you look at a basketball court, and you look at a football field. I feel like, and I could be totally biased, but I feel like football has like that multiple personality because you got big, huge linemen, you got quarterbacks who are leaders who take control of the game, and then you got running backs who have that fast ADD, ADHD mind that they have to run through the line and try to pick a route, and then you got wide receivers that are like those are the pretty boys, I call them. But anyway, you get those multiple personalities in one area, and they each have a strong suit or a strong point, and learn how to work together. Like if they're
Yeah.
not doing their job or their piece, it's gonna fall apart.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because when you are in that group setting, sometimes you'll pair us off and you'll say, okay, you've got 2 people for this exercise, 2 people for this, 2 people for this. You've got a combination of 100, you know, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and we're kind of racing each other.
Mhm.
Well, if you've got your teammate that's kind of struggling, you can say, look, I'll throw down 60 before you can slide in and do the last 40,
Yeah.
rather than doing it 50-50. So you're working together to try to hit that number as best as the two of you can together. So it does help. It's fun. It's fun to help other people out on your team and to figure out a way to be competitive because we're competing against other teams
Yes.
while we're going through the workout.
Yep.
So it makes you step it up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, man, we're getting throttled by these guys. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, no, I get that too. And then that's that other level of bringing everybody up to that standard and us growing as a community, as human race. And I think that's kind of where we're falling off. And again, I always look at Danny Todd. I always go back to social media.
Yeah, there's someone behind the camera.
Yeah, I always go back to social media and technology and how it's kind of like it's dipping us because it's breaking that connection of like, okay, now we're just texting each other in the room together. Like I see
Yeah.
that all the time. People are texting each other, but they're in the room together. It's ridiculous.
Or at a
You're not having
restaurant,
human
they'll be
interaction.
sitting
Yeah.
there and they're not even talking to each other.
They're just on their phones off somewhere else, right? And there's just disconnection happening everywhere. And I think that's a big reason for this too, is to actually like bring people together and have that connection and interaction because there's something behind that. It's like
I
Wi-Fi.
miss my friends when I miss a class. If I miss, I'm like, I wonder what, where's Carrie? Where's Carrie been?
Yeah,
Somebody else in the
exactly.
class will tell me, or, Rob wasn't here. I don't know why. And, Rob went on vacation, so he left a day early. But it's nice to have everyone know what everyone else is doing and care
Exactly.
and care about what's going on.
Exactly. And even if you can like see them on Facebook and what they're doing or shoot them a text, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Like there's no connection.
That's true.
there. So
That is true.
I will say I am the kind of person that does go to the gym and I, headphones on, I walk in and I mean, if I see you or, I have friends that are there basically doing the same thing, but the times that I miss a day or so, I do go in and it's like, where are you? It's not like the strength through movement community, workout as everyone's, listening to the same music on, the speaker, everyone's doing the same kind of circuit. We're all doing our same, different things, but it's like if I miss a day or someone else misses a day, it's like, where were you yesterday? It's still like,
there's still
I got my
that
headphones on,
community
but it's
aspect.
like, I might walk in the day after missing, like, I know they're there.
You got your
Yeah.
headphones on, you're in the corner of the gym, and we're the kind of people judging you saying, step it up,
Yeah.
step it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I played sports my entire life too. So it's like, I
Yeah.
do like the community thing, but I just always took a liking to the headphones on and just kind of going through your your inner demons and just figuring out. And I know you can, and obviously the group class, but just
I
kind
see
of
where-
attesting to
yeah.
the fact that it's like I can still go into the gym and be held accountable by the other people in there if I'm missing
Yeah.
a day.
No, and I agree with
So-
that. And I kind of live off that rule. I don't know if it's a military thing, but I always kind of live off the rule of the 30-30-30-10, where 30% of the time you're hanging out with people above your level to help grow you, build you up. 30% of the time you're hanging out with people at your level. Those are your homies. 30% of the time you're hanging out with people under your level and you're building them up. And 10% of the time there's solitude. Like you need to hang out and unplug
Yeah.
and go and
I think that's
work
my
out the inner demons.
10%.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
That's the gym
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
like I go 60% solitude.
Sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. So I agree with that statement. I think there are times when you got to jump on a treadmill or go out for a run and just unplug and figure out what's going on in your mind.
I always end up on the stair stepper.
I know,
If
and I
I-
was gonna say,
I hate that thing with
I
passion.
know you get your solo sessions, and it's probably 10% of the time. Yeah.
I will just go in there and I will get on the darn stair stepper, and it depends on how much punishment I'm deserving of from what I ate the night before.
Ugh,
I have to get on the stair stepper and just
yeah.
get it done, and it's, ugh, I just
Yeah.
gotta get through this. But then once it's done, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think a lot of people can attest to how working out just makes your life better in general. So, what do you I mean, like you said, if you miss a workout, you can totally tell throughout your workday, throughout your relationship, whatever it might be. Like what would you, I guess, say to I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, just the missing a workout, it does impact your day. It definitely does impact your day. And then by the time the evening's around, most of the reason I think it bugs me all day long, physically, I don't feel as good, but mentally in my mind, if
Mhm.
I know I can't fit the workout in or I'm trying to figure out where to fit the workout in,
Right.
I feel like I can't relax when I get home. Like I want to sit down and have a glass of wine and turn on the news for a second, eat some food, but I feel guilty doing it if I have missed my workout.
Yeah, it's like disrupted
I
your whole system.
it's a
Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole cycle that does get disrupted.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm a creature of habit. You're just used to doing that. But before I started doing the group workouts with you, I really didn't do the group workouts. So that you kind of started at the same time. We were just
Just
starting
kinda
that group.
rolling it all together.
And it was so cool when we first started. Remember, most of my office we had there. We had
Yeah.
Michelle, we had Heather, we had
I
Jessica,
know.
Jen was there, I was there. Consistently, we were all there in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then some of them fall off.
How did it play out in the office? I mean, like, looking at it now, looking at it then, because I know, like, a lot of them probably went off and are doing their own workouts and whatnot still, but, like, in a community aspect of your office, what did that look like?
I really enjoyed it. Like, we
Mm.
would be at work after the workouts were done. We all saw each other in the morning. Everyone went, showered up, got ready for the day. We'd see each other at work. We knew we killed it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then one had a baby, one's husband was out of town and she couldn't make class anymore, and the other one got injured.
Mhm.
And then Jen switched over and started working out on different days. But it's kind of sad, like I
Yeah.
miss having that camaraderie with all of those people in my office. They all
Working out,
kinda
yeah.
dropped off, and, I wonder how they feel about it, if they feel like they're missing it. I would imagine they are, not
Yeah.
being able to fit that in, but, you know.
That's where I see the team aspect too, like in a business to business, like reaching out to businesses and bringing them together as a team physically, like chasing something outside of work to because we look at working out as something that builds the rest of your life up higher. The harder you work in here, the harder you're going to work out there. So, like having that team aspect of your office together, building that up is super important, I think, in regards to seeing the accountability of how hard you're working and where you're
Yeah.
at. Because you can see somebody in your office, like maybe they're just like they look dead, they're flat in their workouts. So you know something's going on at home, maybe, or something's going on mentally for them. So you'll be there to help them.
Yeah, well, and I had the added benefit. Jen's my best friend.
Yeah.
We work together. We own our law firm together. We were working out together in the mornings. We'd see each other during the day at work, passing in the hall.
Uh-huh.
We're both pretty busy during the day, but when we did right, I think 2016, right before I met you, we had
Uh,
done The Biggest Loser. So we were very conscientious about what we were eating, making sure our workouts were getting done. And I'd be in the break room looking at her while she's eating at her desk, like, what are you eating? She'd do the same for me. Like,
yeah.
what are you eating over
Yeah.
there?
Holding each other accountable.
That
Yeah.
was super good. And she beat me in that competition. She lost more. I came in second, but it was
Oh
really
my gosh,
nice
right on.
for us to be able to
To do something like
do
that.
that together. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that a lot. That was quite a few years ago that we did that, but that was nice to carry that over from workout into the office.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I like that too. Like just the competitive side of something to aim for, the accountability of aiming for something and eating better.
Yeah.
But being able to hold each other accountable during the day is nice too. So there's that added office benefit of, okay, you leave here and all these guys have different jobs everywhere else. You don't know that they're eating correctly.
Yeah.
Or or you
Or you'll
are
see them out in
yeah,
town and you're like,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true. Hey, I thought you didn't eat like
It's a
that.
big beer over there.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, over the years, I mean, you're probably the most consistent person I've ever met. So, like, I mean, we don't have to bring up age or anything, but you look really good, like,
That's
in all
Botox.
aspects.
That's
Yeah,
Botox.
in
I'm
all
just
aspects,
kidding.
like hair,
Thank you.
skin, nails, and
Thank
just
you.
fit and, like, energy. I mean, that's carried out throughout your life. Like, what can you tell people to motivate them to consistently go or stop at 30 years old? I hear so many 30-year-olds just, "I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I'm just falling apart." It drives me insane.
Yeah, I
Like, you're
well,
not
you stopped
even.
our class
Yeah.
one day to rip all of us. I'm tired of hearing the complaints.
Yeah.
Everyone hurts at a time. Everyone needs to, step it up at a time. We were all
Mhm.
complaining, whip it into gear. And Rob and I sat at coffee after, and he said, "Man, he ripped us." And I said, and he should have, right? We're complaining about, oh my gosh, I heard. Get up, move, work through it, right? So it was motivational for us to have that. I I think the best help to me is having a spouse, having a partner that motivates me to do it. I have a lot of friends whose spouse or or partner does not promote it, does not encourage it. And I one of my girlfriends that used to work out consistently, she ended up hooking up and getting a boyfriend that just didn't have an appreciation for her going to the gym, and she stopped
She
coming.
fell off.
Yeah, she fell off, and it makes me sad that that happened because
Mhm.
she was enjoying it. She was enjoying seeing all of her
It made her
girlfriends
life
coming to
better.
class.
Yeah.
She really liked it. But to him, it's don't get up so early and go just sleep in. And then
Yeah.
I watched her pull away and
Start
stop working
pulling
out.
back. Yeah.
And I miss her. I liked seeing her in class, but I wonder if she's wishing that she would have continued on or had somebody that was motivating and encouraging her to do that.
Mhm.
Like just the other day, my back was hurting. My lower back was hurting pretty bad, and I thought, I want to miss class. And Jerry said to me, "No, you need to get up and you need to go slow, work
Yeah.
through it.
Gotta move.
You lay back down, it's going to get worse. Your back's tightening up. You got to get up. You got to get moving." So having a
That support at
significant
home.
other or a
Yeah.
spouse that encourages that and promotes that, I think, is a huge help.
Yeah.
Well, and the same thing with diet. Now my spouse is not helpful on that because he could eat whatever he wants and I can't. Um, but having somebody that helps you and encourages you to do what's best for you
Right.
is a big benefit that I have at home.
Mhm.
So Jerry is always wanting me get out, get to the gym, probably for selfish reasons because he doesn't want to be around me if I'm being a bitch. And
It's a
I'm
little bit of
irritable,
both. A little
but
bit of both.
but that motivation and that encouragement is a big benefit.
Mhm.
So if you can either line up with somebody that has that same appreciation for working out, being fit, trying to encourage you to be your best you, that's ideal. And if you don't have that, then man, you got to figure out a way to sidestep that person and get a group or a village around you of people that are going to motivate you.
Exactly. I
That's the
agree.
group workout
Yep, the
aspect
community
again.
aspect of it. And then going into that, like, you being a divorce lawyer, is that something you see a lot in relationships that do fail, is just that disconnection?
Yeah, I think that is part of it. For us, when we come and we work out in a group aspect, a lot of us socialize and do stuff together outside of our group workout because we have a common bond, right? We started doing Spartan races where we'll have 3, 4 people, and then next thing you know, you've got 5 people, and people are wanting to know which one are you doing? Are you going to Montana? Are you going to whatever, Florida, Texas, wherever the Spartans are?
Mhm.
So people start lining up and hooking up with other people that really enjoy and have that same interest. So I don't know. I feel like if you're not going to be in a relationship with somebody that is beneficial for you in that regard, then you've got to get a village around you that will be.
That's gonna support that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I do see in people that do go through divorces, there are a lot of people that have just kind of gone their own direction and their spouse either chose not to join them or isn't interested in those things and it pulls them apart.
Mhm.
You're not doing things together and it creates problems.
Right.
But
Because they're complete, like, they're not, they're disconnected mainly.
well, if you've got one that's a couch potato that would rather sit and watch TV and not get up and be
You're not
active
spending
and do
time together.
something, yeah, and your spouse is going out and finding people that are enjoying doing those things, either you can feel a way, figure out a way to reconcile that, or you're going to feel like you're dividing and going in different directions.
Right, and then that's ultimately what destroys the relationship because you're not spending time together, you're not doing. Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah,
they
no, I
might go
see that.
find someone out on that
Yes,
hike or something, like,
that's
Oh, they're actually out here
That's true.
Yeah.
because
I
then, yeah, they're disconnecting from the person, say, the couch potato, and then they're going out doing what they're enjoying, and then they meet
Yeah, I
that person.
actually,
Yeah.
my girlfriend Brittany and I, the very first Spartan that I ever did, we went over to Montana. She asked me to go. I said, "Yeah, I'll go." Jerry didn't go. I don't even remember the reason why he didn't go. But I was over there and I had the best time doing that Spartan race. And I came home and Jerry made some negative comment about it, like, run around and do that. And he's fit. He likes to do
Yeah.
things, but that just wasn't his idea of a good time. I'm not going to go to this Spartan race and run around out there and do this. I said, that's fine. I said, the coolest thing when you get to the obstacles, everyone is super helpful,
Mhm.
right? Like if there's a 6-foot wall and I'm not capable of getting over it, I'm going to look for the hottest guy to help me over that wall. And I said, this one guy, I got to this wall. I said, can you please grab a hold of my ass and shove it up over the wall?
Yes.
Jerry has gone to every
Ah.
single Spartan race with me.
It's like,
I love
"You
that.
got a
That's
Spartan this
great.
weekend? I gotta go."
Jerry's
Yeah.
going, like, "Which one are we going to next? Which one do we go?"
There's the supportive husband role.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, Jerry. That is so funny. But yeah, that's the truth. I mean, even if you are in a relationship where you don't like similar things, I think it's really important, and you could probably agree with this, to support that person's thing. Like,
Yeah,
show up
absolutely.
and
Jerry will
yeah,
never come to our early morning workouts. He says it makes him nauseous, he doesn't enjoy it,
yeah,
but he is always encouraging me to go,
yeah.
always. So I think you can figure out a way around it if you don't wanna participate in that and
Mhm.
figure out a way to, okay, get there, and then we'll meet, like, today, after this is done, I'm going with him and doing the rest of the day, but he said, "Get up, get your ass out of bed, go get your workout in, shower up, and then I'll meet you at this time."
Yeah,
That works for me. I
exactly.
I like
And
that.
it's a support thing more than anything, like, you don't have to like or do what they do, and the other thing I think that kills is jealousy, obviously, and I've dealt with that in the past.
Yes, you
Jealousy,
have.
insecurity, when I am doing something that I love to do, and then that I feel like just severs at the relationship as
Yeah,
well. It's like, gosh, I'm trying to do the things that I love, and I'm just getting tore down and tore down and tore down by this person that I'm supposed to spend my life with, right?
yeah,
I think that is one thing that a lot of relationships fail when there's no support there. Like if you're
yeah,
my spouse, like, yeah, what can I do to help you get there? Like, do
yeah,
you need me to
it
hang
should be
out
that way
with the kids?
without the jealousy.
Yeah.
It should be there. It should
Yeah.
be that way. Rob's my coffee husband. Everybody says, after workout class, we always end up having coffee after before we start our day.
Mhm.
"What, isn't your husband upset that you go out to coffee every day with Rob?" Jerry doesn't give a shit.
Doesn't
Jerry
care.
doesn't care. He'll pop in once in a while just to, hey, but it does not bother him
It's
at
about the
all.
trust.
And Rob's one of my very best friends, and we've solved the world's problems in our mind, at
At
least
coffee.
at coffee before our day starts.
You're like, if we manifest this. Yeah. Yeah, no, I
Uh,
get that. But and then so what are all right, we got 2 things on the board now, no support and then jealousy. Like, what are some other things that just destroy relationships? I know you're
yeah.
not a marriage counselor or a
Oh,
relation
no,
or
I
a
am.
counselor.
That's part of my job.
I would say you're borderline
That's
right there when
that's
you're
part of
when
my
you're a
job.
divorce lawyer because, yeah, you're counseling these people to get along, especially if they have kids or business or whatever together and they're going their separate ways. Like,
Yeah, I would say one of the main problems is finances.
yeah.
People fight over finances. It's awful. Um, if you've got one person that's controlling of the money, the other person doesn't feel like they have access to the money without having to ask for permission, it becomes a big problem. So that's up there with probably one of the top reasons I think people
Really?
end up getting divorced.
Hmm.
And you can look at it in different aspects. It's financial control.
Mhm.
It's a lack of respect for, I should be able to have some independence and spend some money the way I wanna spend it.
Mhm.
I don't know. I can stereotype all day long. I can tell you, in my mind, I've been doing this for a long time. Um, Men wanna control the money.
Yeah.
They wanna control the money. "It's all mine. I earned it all. You're just eating bonbons, sitting on the couch, not contributing." And women wanna control the kids. "They're all mine. If our relationship isn't gonna work out, somehow your role as a dad is second to mine as a mom." So it's awful. I mean, the stuff that happens when these people are at each other's throats is pretty bad.
Mhm.
So I like to get a good workout in before I have to go deal with that
There you go.
because
No,
that's my
yeah,
daily.
I know, and that's crazy. Like, we'll go into that too, but, so with them splitting, like you said, there's 2 roles being played there and no respect, basically. Like, I don't respect your role as a mother and think it's very high versus you don't respect the fact that, like, I go out and make all the money, etcetera. There's a disconnect there versus it should be like, and this is what I don't get, like, I'm a guy, and
Guys don't get a lot.
guys
I'll
can
tell
bash,
you.
yeah.
I'll tell
Guys can bash me all I want, but I'll call them out right now. Like, men do not look at women for what they are. Like, these creatures have our babies. They literally give birth to our babies. They deal with more hormones than we do, like that drive.
They make everyone in the entire world.
Yeah,
This is
literally,
true.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
do, we make
You make you
that's a
make
good
everyone.
I've never
Yeah.
heard that before, but that is true.
Yeah. Yeah, it literally, like, the respect of that should be there, and not only that, like, the emotions that you gotta go through with hormones, we don't have the same ones, it's different. Like, I feel like as men, physically, we don't have to do jack. Like like, we don't have like, we literally get the best of the best when it comes to physicality. Like, just natural strength, don't have to deal with giving birth, don't have to, so, men, I think, lose a disconnection in respect, I don't know where, somewhere along the lines of their family whatever cycles, and that's really, really a terrible thing right now, and that's why I train a lot of young men to, like, teach them, like, be a man, be a husband, be a father, but in the way that you respect your people. Like, there should be a huge respect to that right there, and the money that I make all day long is yours and mine together, and that's where that disconnect is.
And the training the younger boys, the younger men. Um, I mean, you've trained my boys. All of my girlfriends, all of their boys have trained with you. With Jen
Mm,
having Dylan train with you,
yep.
Carrie having Dylan train with you, Lisa having her boys train with you, me having my boys train with you. It is such a good benefit for the younger boys to have a good role model. I mean, I remember times when I'm having to navigate something that I'm calling you saying, okay, like
You
this
need to talk.
vaping stuff, I'm just the uncool mom. So this is what's going on. Please address this with them.
Yeah.
And then when it's somebody that's cool to them is saying, knock it the hell off.
Yeah.
Knock it the hell. This is
It kinda
silly,
makes an
stupid.
impact, yeah.
Makes a big impact on them. So that's another piece to kind of the group training, at least for the younger ones. You have that extra role model that's there, that's built in for those boys. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, and
That's
that's, I mean,
huge.
that's the big thing and the reason why I love what I do because I get to have that impact and know that I've had that impact. Like, I wouldn't be where I am without some of my mentors throughout my lifetime, and, like, if I would've just followed exactly what my parents did, I'd be screwed. You know what I mean? And, like, there are certain aspects to this big picture where your mentors are who guide you after a certain time in your life. Because I think when you hit like, I don't know, teenage level, it's literally a human design thing to push away from your family. And I think from like way back in the day, it was to stop inbreeding. Like, no joke. Yeah. Like, you
Yeah, my
push away from your family or your tribe or whatever and go off and become your own individual, or you start to. And then you
Yeah.
always come back like later in your 20s because you realize, like, oh, wow. You start to see all the things
Yeah.
your parents were teaching you or trying to
Yeah,
guide
hearing
you
it
in.
from your parents, there is a time when all of a sudden, no matter what I say, it's
Doesn't
just
matter.
wrong. They know better. They're smarter,
Yeah.
right? Even if they don't say that in their mind, that's what they're thinking.
Mhm.
So hearing it from somebody that has an impact or that they think is cool, the delivery and the receipt of that information, I think, is more beneficial coming from someone like you
Yeah.
than it would be coming from the uncool
Right.
mom who's just
And I need that as well. Like I struggle with the same thing with my kids. Like, my oldest right now is just he does not receive anything from me. So I got to do everything I can to get him involved other
yeah.
places that are a good mentorship or a good place to be. So
Yeah, and then who you hang out with and who you spend your time with, that when you're looking for your role models, I think that becomes very helpful for those young boys to train with people that really are driven to be physically fit,
Mhm.
right? If you're hanging out with your friends that are cool, that you love spending time with, but they're not driven to be physically fit, then you're kind of sacrificing your desired achievement of staying physically fit.
Exactly.
That's a struggle I have with my boys. They're both very good athletes. Well, your friends should be the people around you that are motivating you to train at the highest level. You
Yeah.
enjoy spending time with these people. You should be training with these people.
Mhm.
If you aren't around those people, I think it makes it very, very hard to keep yourself at that level.
Mhm.
You kinda are who you hang out with, you know? If
Exactly.
I've heard the saying before, "You are as good as your best friend is."
Yep.
So, you're as good as your best friend. If your best friend is unmotivated, unhealthy, couch potato, you're likely gonna become an unmotivated, unhealthy couch potato.
Mhm.
Well, and that's the weird thing if I look back on my friendships is, like, the people that I thought were my best friends at the time, and it might just be a me thing, but the people that I thought were my best friends at the time were not my best friends at the time, and I had another friend that did motivate and push me, and looking back, I'm like, "That was my best friend at that time. That was my best friend at that time." And those people, like, literally still talk to today.
Yeah, it's nice to have that. It's
Yeah,
nice to have that.
yeah. So, all about the community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Community's good.
Mhm. Is there anything else you wanna touch base on?
I love this facility. I love coming in here and doing my workouts. I feel comfortable here. I like it a lot. Um, you know, I it's sad to me how many people don't take an opportunity to jump into group workout sessions or classes because they think they need to get to a certain level before they do it.
Yeah.
I've tried to encourage some friends, "Hey, come drop in, come
Oh,
join
I'm just
in."
not in good enough shape
Yeah, I'm
for
not good
that.
enough shape. I gotta work a little bit harder, get back into this before I go. No, that's exactly how you do it.
Mhm.
No one in our class is gonna be cruel. No one in our class is gonna judge you or be pissed at you. Everyone's gonna try to uplift you and motivate you
Mhm.
to be a better you.
Be a better you.
We have people that could afford to lose some weight. We have people that could afford to gain some weight. We have
Mhm.
people that are super incredibly fit and people that are not so fit. We've got every level.
Yep.
Injuries, I'm 52. I'm not shy to say that. I'm 52, and when I'm training with somebody that I know is 35, that motivates me,
Yep.
right?
Keeps you up.
You have every different level of person in those group workout sessions. You don't have to be at the top before you join.
Nope.
So we touching back on my office, we offer everybody at my office a free gym membership.
Mhm.
When we started doing personal training, we offered to pay for that personal training.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how many people don't take advantage
I
of
know,
that.
it's weird.
It's
It's super weird.
unbelievable. That you can fit it in at any time during your day that you want to. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. But there's just excuses why, you know, I'm a single mom. I've got whatever I got to do. My husband's gone. He's out of town.
Excuses.
I'm tired. Okay. Well, sign me up because I'm tired too.
Well,
Mhm.
you're paying for it. It's free, basically, right?
Yeah.
So usually the biggest hang up on, like, when I talk to people about, like, "Oh, maybe you should get, like, a personal trainer or something," like, "Nah, I can't afford it." In your case,
You can't afford not to.
it's free.
And in
You
our
should
case, it's free. And you're
Yeah.
figuring,
now you should definitely go do it. Like, there's no reason not to because, I mean, you have it being taken care of. You're
Well, and
giving the
that's where
opportunity,
you
and then you're turning it down and being like, "Eh."
exactly, and that's where I think the excuses becomes a lie, and that's where self-accountability comes in, and I don't know, I struggle with that line with people on it when they are making excuses because they can't see it. They literally cannot see that the excuses they're making
no,
because
they
they
think they
are
they think you can't see it.
exactly, yeah, exactly, I
That
know. They have these factors happening in their life, but the fact of the matter is, if you want something, you're gonna make it happen. If you truly want something, you're gonna make it happen. So even for the things that are hard to do in life, you should still make it happen, knowing that it's gonna make you a better person. 'Cause I mean, if I asked, you could attribute all of your success being a business owner, being, I would say, the highest level lawyer in
Oh,
town.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Like the best of the best. And at everything you do, you take everything seriously, which is super important. I appreciate that a lot. And I think people need to do that. Everything. So being at that level, can you attribute that back to physical fitness and sports?
100%. 100%. I was just having this conversation with my girlfriend the other day. You know, I don't have girls, thank God. I think I would have been a horrible girl mom. But I think the best thing we can do, especially for our girls, is to raise them with the understanding that you should be competitive. You should always be your best you. You should always do the very, very best that you can. Putting them into sports is such a huge advantage for these girls. It gives them confidence, it gives them a feeling of self worth, achievement, all of those positive things as we raise them
Mhm.
moving up through life. So that was always my dad. You know, I have a brother. He's 13 months younger than me, but I'm on the same baseball team as him,
Mhm.
right? We played soccer together. There's no reason why I can't compete at the same level that all the boys are competing.
Yep.
You just get out there and you do it. I
Mhm.
don't really I don't want to hear I'm a girl. Well, he never heard that from me, but other people, how could you put your daughter in sports, you know? Are you
Why?
kidding me? What
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with her. She's got 2 legs, she's got 2 arms, she can compete just like all the boys
Yep.
can. So if you raise your kids to believe that they can do and achieve things, it carries with you throughout the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You know, so I think the sports was a huge aspect, but then my dad, he was involved in, working out since I was a kid.
Mhm.
I remember we'd come back from Disneyland late at night, and he'd go out and get a 6-mile run in, like that that's what you do.
They do.
And there was one point when I came home and I was late grade school, and he had all of these exercise equipment lined up. Like, there was a bike, there was this sit-up machine that was there, and there was some, like, elliptical type thing. And, "Wow, this is kinda cool. Why are these here?" "Oh, if you're gonna be watching TV, there's no reason why you can't be on one of these."
Why not?
Yeah.
Right? So he kinda put that in your mind early, like, "Oh, shit, like, I shouldn't just be sitting down watching TV."
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, "Well, why can't I be sitting on that while I'm watching TV?" And then it just kinda carries through with you through the rest of your
It's
life.
amazing. You change your atmosphere like that. So I actually did that recently with our couch. I sold it. We didn't have anything. We have
No
a
couch.
piano, a guitar, and a bookshelf, and then like a little bench that was for the kitchen table. So like didn't have
Uh-huh.
anything. It changed everything. Like they started reading, they started playing the piano, like messing around on it.
It does. You change your environment and you can
Yeah.
change your life. You
Yeah.
can change your thinking. You can change the outcomes in your
Just
life
by doing that. Like,
just by doing
simple
that.
habit. I know, it's just so crazy, and people don't get that, like, they have this fear or they get stuck in that laziness routine like we were talking about, and I think it's just an awareness thing, like, people don't they're not aware that they're alive. They're just like, "Oh, I'm just going through the motions, autopilot," and they get stuck in a cycle versus eliminating the fear and going after what you want.
I think who you choose to associate with and be around, I think that makes a big difference.
Huge difference.
When you're most people that are involved in sports, at least competitive sports, those people are driven.
Mhm.
They're driven people. I mean, I can't think of anyone that stepped out onto the soccer field that thought, I want to lose.
Yeah.
So you're around driven people, competitive people, and then it kind of carries through when you're in school. I always wanted to do is the best that I could do. I don't want to go in there and fail a class. I don't want to go in there and get a C. Like, all you got to do
Mhm.
is show up and you get a C.
Yeah.
I drool on the paper, you're gonna get a C. I mean, I wanna see if I can get an A. You have that competitive nature to you as you go through. You go into college, you finish, I go into law school. That competitive nature, you start, you finish something. A lot of that comes from sports, and then now I feel like I have that back with the group workout
Exactly.
sessions.
And as much as I'm the trainer and the leader, I'm not. Like, and that's why I always say this is your guys' gym. I'm like, we're building this. I'm not building this. We're building this. I mean, you've been with me since 2017. Like, no joke. Right before that is when like I've had a lot of sour things happen. And I don't really talk about it a lot, but like one of my cousins who was like a brother to me committed suicide. My mom died,
Oh,
the relationship. Like, just think like big things happen, and, to be completely honest, if I didn't have people that were above me that are running businesses and fighting cancer and getting through it, like, that helped me a lot. Like, I wouldn't be here building a business right now. Like, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have that. So it goes hand in hand with your leaders too. Okay, yeah, just the community aspect of it, so
and I'm motivated by a lot of the other people in our class too. they work hard outside of the gym. We've
Yeah.
got a lot of very driven people, like the type A people that are in our class that are very successful outside of workout class. I think it carries into your work life.
Mhm.
I think it carries into, I mean, not just being physically fit, but just emotionally sound, mentally sound, having that clarity. I think it carries into the rest of your life too. And I think people are happier when they're going to the gym. They're fit. They feel good about themselves. They feel like they've accomplished something for that day, one day at a time. And you move forward, go out in the world and kill it. That's what we should all be doing. We've got a
Exactly.
limited number of days before our ticket gets punched. We might
Yeah.
as well be productive.
Could be tomorrow.
It could be tomorrow.
It literally
It
could be
could be
tomorrow. So
tomorrow.
why aren't you doing what you can today to help and contribute back? And that's what it is. It's just us as a community. Yeah. Got to go
I
out
like
there
it.
and
I appreciate my classes.
I know. I know. I love it. We have a good community. I guess in closing, like, yeah, I don't have much more to say.
I think the last few sentences you both were saying is, I mean, you can't really get better than any of those. I'm already thinking about cutting clips, like
Yeah. Yeah.
sections, like yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, however you want to close it out. I mean,
We should figure out a way to invite people that otherwise may not understand the benefits of a group workout session
Mhm.
into class in a way that they can understand those benefits. I feel like sharing that with people is something that I desire to do.
Oh yeah.
You know, I desire to have my friends participate in something that I think's amazing. I think it's good. I think they could get benefit from, but I don't know the best way to get out there to people and encourage them and motivate them to come in and try that so that they can experience those things too.
I think a lot of it is like the people that we're talking about that just they're not like firing on all cylinders because life has got them because life is hard and you got to get through it. Like having workshops for single mothers, having workshops for these types of things on Saturdays. I think that would probably be a really good way. Like, hey, we're doing a workout together. We're going to talk about this at the end of class.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think there's got to be a way we can brainstorm to figure out a way to make that happen. I love my group of people. I love
Mm.
my peeps.
Yeah, I
And
know.
and it's expanded. We've had a couple of new people drop in to class and I'm enjoying them.
Yeah.
I think they're enjoying
Yeah,
their
absolutely.
time to just getting here is the hardest part. Once you're here,
And that's what I love about it. It's been organic. Like the people that come, they stick. The people that are meant to be with us, they'll stick. And yeah, it's just
we've
been
got a group
building
that's been doing it for a long
time.
time, a
Long
long
time.
time.
Yeah.
And the new younger peeps, they're putting a fire under my ass to keep
I know, I
going.
like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah. So, but yeah, we should do that
Well,
definitely.
thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Definitely gonna have to have you on again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything you do for me
I
and my
appreciate you
family
too.
and my boys. We just need to
Absolutely.
figure out a way to get Jerry.
I know.
We need to
The
tackle him.
missing link.
He's the weak link in our family right
come on,
now.
Jerry.
Let's go,
Come on,
Jerry.
Jerry.
Ah, sweet.
All right. Thank you.